And welcome back to Wisconsin Family, and this is the moment we've been waiting for. We are here at J&K Security Solutions, the model smart home, and we're going to talk about security solutions, which is what J&K does best. So we are joined now by Dan Tennyson and Bill Topel. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Very good.
Good. Thanks for having us once
Thanks
again.
for being here.
We've enjoyed it.
Yeah. So give us a little bit of a backdrop to talk about this, our conversation about security. Give us some background on how J&K Security Solutions got started.
Well, in 1985, J&K began as just a lock and key shop out of the owner's home. In '87, they incorporated on Park Street, and they've been here ever since. This is the fourth location, so locally owned, family-operated company for about 30 years.
Wow.
And a growing company, which is really cool.
Yeah, we don't just do keys anymore. We have a key shop,
Right.
I love that's where you started, though. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, how security has evolved over the years, and now we're into electronic security, card access, cameras, fire, hollow metal doors, and smart home obviously is a big thing as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And talk a little bit about how, you know, the security has evolved. So you mentioned some things, but talk about kind of the current climate compared to previously.
Well, I think there's still kind of a big need for security. There always has been, and that trend has kind of continued to grow with time. Sure. But I think a lot of people want to protect their home, their property, their families. And getting a security system has become more easier now and today than it was in years past.
Yeah, I think that's the point for people to know is it's not as big of an undertaking as it used to be now with all the technology. You know, we've touched on this before, but it is important to know that you don't have to rip up your whole home to get the security you're wanting.
Right. So a lot of folks still just do the traditional lock. They lock the front door, you know, when they leave, and that's their security system. Talk to us about some of the more sophisticated security solutions, specifically like what you guys do.
Yeah, and certainly a lock, a good deadbolt and lock is going to be your first line of defense against anything.
Right. And a deadbolt is preferable.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
It just sounds scary.
But now, when you think about a security system, you think about the nuts and bolts are a control panel, a keypad, a siren, or an audible alarm of some kind, door contacts, glass breaks, motion detectors, heat sensors, fire detectors, water sensors.
Wow, okay, so the water sensors and fire detectors are still, those are part of the security system.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. In a residential application, people are certainly tiring in their fires. They want to know, and especially in Wisconsin, a lot of people aren't here for the winter.
Sure.
Right.
So they want to know if anything happens to their property. I don't know, maybe.
Can't think of a reason, Justin. Okay, so let's talk about when the alarm goes off. So there's multiple reasons that the alarm could go off, and then what happens from there?
It sort of depends on how you have the system set up. If you have what's referred to as a local system, it goes into alarm and the siren would sound in the home only.
Oh, right.
You can have a monitored option as well, whether it be through a standard phone line or a cellular unit, and it can go out to a monitoring company who can initiate a series of steps on your behalf to call you to see if everything's okay. Maybe it's a false alarm, or they can call the police department or fire department on your behalf and send help if help is needed.
Right. Especially key, like if you aren't there in the winter or for a period of time, or just maybe you work some odd hours or are gone for a long time at night, you might need that extra protection of somebody being called on your behalf, or at least checking in with you. Right?
Yeah, and I want to make sure viewers know about this. This is really cool. You know, you guys offer the monthly. There's like a monthly fee that's involved with getting home security. I know, like the calling center and so forth.
Sure.
You know, giving people who relay the call to you and so forth. You guys offer that yourself here locally, and it's actually cheaper than most places that you'd go to, like other more nationally recognized security systems. So if people don't have to have new equipment installed or anything like that, they can come to you and say, hey, we just want to change our subscription over to you guys.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. On top of putting in a security system from the very beginning, we can also come behind someone else's work.
Right.
If you were to purchase a home and want to have us monitor the system on your behalf as well, we can take over that for you.
Wow.
And it's more affordable than a lot of the other places. Which is really cool.
It's very reasonable, yes.
And it's local.
It's local too, which is
That's a
great.
good feeling.
People always like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you can call and talk to an actual person, so that's nice.
That's huge.
Let's talk a little bit about what homeowners, technology has changed over time. We've discussed that. So what should homeowners expect then going forward? The concern might be, geez, we get something installed now. Is it still going to work or work in the future? So what do they expect for later?
Well, I think the systems that are going in are still going to function on their own for years to come. I think what's going to happen with a lot of the new technology is there's going to be more in wireless, and there's going to be easier, simpler ways that you can get notifications and messages to find out the status of your home, right on your smartphone or on your iPad. That whole technology and consumer-driven security products is really increasing.
Yeah, and I think to your point about being wireless, since technology has changed over time and being able to add things on has to become easier with wireless systems. So maybe in the past, changing or updating to a more advanced security system might have been more of an undertaking, but with wireless, as things get added, they're probably fairly easy to just update and add.
Yep, very true.
That's nice to know too.
So, we were talking about how technology is changing. Where do you guys see the future? What direction are we going with home security systems? Is it going to become more of the same, or is there going to be a change? Do we know that yet?
I think the need and the demand is always going to be there. That's
Right.
probably going to increase with time. I think more and more devices will become wireless. They'll be easier for a consumer to implement and easier to get, like I said, the notifications and things to let you know the status of your home. And to your point, adding more devices to an existing system, or maybe monitoring water or different elements that maybe weren't initially in someone's system, it'll just become easier to add.
Yeah.
And technology is just becoming so much more user-friendly, especially in today's environment where people just sort of expect and know how to use this stuff right out of the gate. It's working very well for us in our business, people understanding and knowing more what they want and how to use it. It helps a lot.
Yeah, that helps. I mean, the learning curve isn't as great as it probably used to be, and I think that's another hindrance, aside from worrying about what's going to happen to your home and is it going to be a construction project, which you've eased our minds there.
Right.
But am I going to know how to use it? Am I going to be able to learn it quickly? I think that's important, and that's what's nice about the growing technology is it's actually getting easier and easier to learn, easier and easier to use, and very similar to other technologies we already have in our own lives.
And that's a big concern for us as we go about working with any customer on a project. We want them to have something that's going to protect them and be easy to use, and that they know how to use it and it's going to work every time for them. We really strive to do our best and do everything that the customer is satisfied at the end of the day with the product that we give them.
That's awesome. Really quickly, before we go, tell us why we should go to J&K Security Solutions for home security.
Locally owned and operated company.
Yeah.
We've been in the Madison area, like I said, for 30 years. We'll be here for 30 more years.
30 more years at least.
And we look forward to working with everybody. Our customers are an extension of our family, and we really mean that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're easy to get a hold of, and people know us and recognize us throughout the community.
I feel like I'm part of the family here, and we're just coming here to film a show.
Well, you are. Thank
You are
you.
now, yeah.
You're like that annoying uncle, Jess.
That's true. Thanks, Jess. I always appreciate the self-esteem boost. So, Dan Tennyson and Bill Topol from J&K Security Solutions,
guys.
thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for having us here.
Thank
That's
you.
all the time we have for Wisconsin Family. We'll see you next time.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day